Thos Begbie is no stranger to adversity in the 138 years since the company was established by Thomas Begbie in Johannesburg. Thos Begbie & Co. remains a constant in the African manufacturing industry. With an illustrious history in the industry, numerous changes have been made since its beginnings as a foundry and engineering business. Prior to the outbreak of the Boer War in 1899, it was a notable supplier of equipment to the mining industry before it was taken over by the Transvaal Republic government and used to produce weapons for the Boer commandos. An explosion in the plant in 1901 brought an end to the weapon manufacturing operations. It was suspected that saboteurs were responsible for the explosion. The business was forced to relocate to Middelburg at the end of the war, and though it initially struggled as its main market had changed, the development of mining in the region provided opportunities. The company remained in the family until 1926, when it was sold to Anglo-American Corporation Limited, which proceeded to sell it on to one of its first employees, Idris Rosser, 20 years later. In 2016, significant investments in highly skilled personnel have also been made, and to this end, a management change has also been brought about by the owners with appointment of a new team of directors, which will lead the company, namely Mrs. Hubert Groenewald, Managing, Isaac Magobo, Operation, Gabriel Sequele, Finance, and Jurgen Derksen, Sales. The company has an integrated plant that is focused on the manufacture of the component from drawings all the way through to the final shipment of the completed products, while also providing specialist fabrication and machining services to the local industries. Becoming a recognized producer of water-cooled components with a particular focus on the components manufactured out of high-conductivity copper has driven the need for stringent quality control, inspection and testing protocols within the business. Thos Begbie & Co. has worked hard to achieve a business model which is largely customer-led, its primary focus subsequently being on improving equipment performance for its customers and ensuring that continuous improvement does not incur any costs for customers. Our manufacturing ability has attained worldwide respect, and we believe that this is our key differentiator from our local counterparts. The company's international footprint covers every major smelting operation, and we continue to strive for recognition as our customers' preferred supplier for water-cooled equipment for their operations. Our core values. We, the employees, believe in honesty and integrity in all our undertakings, commitment to our colleagues, our work and our customers, strength through teamwork. Our safety values. Health and safety is part of everything we do. Thos Begbie & Co. understands the importance of creating a safe and healthy work environment, and we are committed to designing and maintaining hazard-free offices and operations. Management is focused on ensuring that we comply with health and safety requirements. Such management focus helps ensure that safety remains a priority. If operational results and safety ever come into conflict, our employees and contractors have a responsibility to choose safety. Duty to care. We do not tolerate behavior that is risky or unmindful in the working environment. It is the responsibility of each individual employee to fully comply with the company's safety program and our zero incident goal. This goal requires constant awareness of any real or potential safety hazards, communications of incident prevention strategies and continuous due diligence in resolving any uncovered safety hazards via communications, resourcefulness and transparency. We require a high level of commitment to health and safety, not only from our management and employees, but also from all our suppliers, guests and subcontractors. Because individual health is critical for safe conduct, we emphasize the importance of personal wellness. Working hours. Hourly paid and production Monday to Thursday 7 a.m. to 4:15 p.m. Tea times 9 a.m. to 9:10 a.m. and 2 p.m. to 2:10 p.m. Lunchtime 12 p.m. to 12:30 p.m. Fridays 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. Tea time 9 a.m. to 9:10 a.m. Admin staff Monday to Thursday 7 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Lunchtime 1 p.m. to 1:45 p.m. Fridays 7:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. Medicals. All employees will renew their medicals at Life Occupational Clinic at Columbus on a yearly basis. Zero tolerance for alcohol or narcotics. Thos Begbie is a zero-tolerance company for under the influence of alcohol and narcotics, by meaning it prohibits the presence of alcohol or narcotics in a visitor, contractor or employee's system when visiting or reporting for duty or work. Employees, contractors and vehicle drivers might ask security to voluntarily undertake a breathalyzer test before entering the turnstile gate. If the reading is positive, no entering will be allowed. Employees, contractors and vehicle drivers might ask security to voluntarily undertake a breathalyzer test before entering the turnstile gate. If the reading is positive, no entering will be allowed. Employees will lose a day's pay and no disciplinary hearing will follow if the voluntary test was positive. Employees are not allowed to ask again for a voluntary alcohol test within 3 months if the voluntary was positive. Employees, contractors and vehicle drivers that enter the premises through the turnstile gate shall undergo a compulsory breathalyzer or drug test. If a vehicle driver tested positive for the presence of alcohol in their body, they will be asked to leave the premises immediately and their direct company supervisor will be notified accordingly. Before an employee or contractor takes an alcohol breathalyzer test, he or she should inform the security guard if they took any medicine before coming to work and what type and when they took it. If he or she has taken any medicine such as cough medicine etc. that contains alcohol and half an hour or sooner before coming to work, they have the right to ask the security guard to wait 10 minutes before taking the breathalyzer test. If an employee or contractor tested positive with the handheld breathalyzer tester for the presence of alcohol in their body, they will be asked to do another once-off test on the Alcovisor Mark X breathalyzer. If the reading is positive, the security guard will show him or her the reading. The employee or contractor will be notified accordingly. The supervisor will arrange for transport where applicable and the employee must report to HR the following working day for a statement. The employee will be disciplined as per the company's disciplinary procedure. Any employee or contractor who is suspected to be under the influence whilst in the plant or workstation must be brought to the attention of his or her direct supervisor or manager, who shall ensure a breathalyzer or drug test conducted. General plant rules. Each employee and contractor remain responsible for his or her own health and safety and for those around him or her. PPE for all plants are as follows: overalls, safety shoes or boots, ear protection, safety glasses, hard hats, excluded for GED and CRD. Always follow lawful and safe instructions from your supervisor. Do not take chances. All subcontractors and employees must, before start with the task, do a mini risk assessment of the task they are going to do. Always report unsafe acts or conditions to your supervisor, safety rep or the safety officer. Do not use plant machinery if you are not authorized or correctly trained to do so. No one is authorized to operate an overhead crane, forklift or any mobile equipment without a valid license to do so. Always obey all safety signs, sound alarms and notices. No open fires such as bolas are allowed in any plant area for heating or cooking. All edges and openings must be barricaded. Do not tamper or enter such barricaded areas if you are not authorized to do so. The speed limit on the site is 15 km per hour. Drivers must buckle up and are not allowed to talk on mobile phones whilst driving. Only authorized persons will be allowed in the work area. No hot work is permitted at the patent stores without a signed hot work permit. Employees and contractors must be aware of moving heavy loads by overhead cranes in all plants. No one is allowed to walk under suspension loads. Employees must be aware of molten metal splashes from ladles that's been moved by overhead cranes in the foundry and avoid standing around furnaces. Employees be aware of copper chips flying around near machines where marching or casting is in progress. Employees must wear full PPE such as overall jackets, safety shoes, safety glasses and hard hats, only in the foundry, always in the plants. Reporting of accidents and incidents. Accidents. All injuries must be reported immediately or in the same shift to your direct supervisor, manager, safety officer or plant engineer. An accident form must be completed and a copy must be accompany the injured when going for treatment. You are not allowed to report an accident the next day. Employees that do not adhere to this will face a disciplinary hearing. The supervisor or safety officer will take the injured to Columbus Clinic for minor injuries. If a minor accident occurred after hours, the standby sister on duty at the clinic must be notified before an injured employee is taken to the clinic. See emergency contact numbers on the safety board. If a serious accident took place, call the ambulance immediately. All emergency numbers are displayed on the safety boards in each department. Notify the plant engineer and safety officer immediately so they can register the case with Rand Mutual for a case number that the hospital will require. All first aid cases must be reported, and when a first aid box has been opened, an accident form must be sent to the safety officer to reseal the first aid box. No first aid boxes are allowed in plants if not sealed. Incidents. All incidents must be reported in the same shift to your direct supervisor, manager, safety officer or plant engineer. Falling objects or machinery run out of control must be reported to the plant engineer and safety officer immediately. The area must be kept as is after such an incident and demarcated until the plant engineer gives permission that work can commence in that area. Emergency evacuation. When the plant or area needs to be evacuated due to any danger, the contractors and employees must evacuate to the nearest allocated assembly point. When you hear a continuous sound alarm, you need to proceed immediately to the Area G room in the area. This alarm might only be ignored on Thursday at 1 p.m. when Columbus tested the alarm. If you are not sure about any alarms, ask what alarm is sounding. You are only permitted after you hear a slow whoop alarm to proceed with your duties. Occupational Health and Safety Act. The Occupational Health and Safety Act is available to anyone to view at the safety officer and plant engineer's offices. In each department is a file that contains parts of the Occupational Health and Safety Act and the regulations that are more specific to Thos Begbie operations. Conclusion. Your induction permit will be valid for 1 year. You need to answer a few questions now, and if not answering it sufficiently, you need to watch the video again to answer the questions sufficiently. Remember, each employee is his or her own safety officer to make Thos Begbie a safe and healthy environment for all.